Hello, friends. Happy Monday. Oh, hi, Kitty. Emily says hi. I found out that I'm very, very good at making banana bread. This is my third one. I have one that I've been eating on here, and then one in the freezer for my friend Steve that I'm going to mail it to him tomorrow, my ailing friend in the city. And then I made another one I'm going to freeze, but first I wanted a nice warm piece with butter. I added blueberries to this one, and I do like 3/4 white sugar and then a quarter cup of brown sugar. It's fun to play around with these recipes. It has walnuts in it. You can make it with chocolate chips if you want, but I figure while we're quarantining and I'm hunkering down, I'm going to eat whatever I want within reason. I don't really need to be, 300 pounds, but it's good. Here's my ode to mukbangs. Anyway, here I am talking shit again. Nothing's really going on, except I've been really emotional lately, as you know. I was going to say, how's everyone doing? But, I have no friends, right? Oh, by the way, hi, little Cherie. Or is it Sherry? Cherie? It's probably Cherie. Or whoever you are. Nice that you watch me. Nice that you take such an interest in my attitude and words and whatever whatever interesting tidbits you have about insight into my life. I have a feeling I know who you are, but that's okay. It's all good. I have the bravery to talk about my life and put things out there, and never said I was perfect, and quite frankly, I have no idea why you have such a problem with me, but I know you have a problem with, a few people. And you also, there's a lot of asses you kiss, so that's fine. Whatever. The very things you accuse me of is what I see you doing with other people, and also lecturing people and congratulating them because, you're the standard. You don't even deserve this shout out, but I thought your conduct this morning was funny. You can just analyze me so well. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. This is me. I'm not looking for compliments. I'm not looking for anything really. I'm on this channel to talk about my life, myself, my observations, especially right now with what's going on in the world. I would think that petty bullying online would be a little bit abated, but apparently it brings out the best in people, it brings out the worst in people. Cream rises to the top. Anyway, I did some reading this morning. I did some writing, journaling. I wrote a poem, put it on Facebook. I can probably start easier reading my stuff now that I've got my laptop up and running. I can kind of like read off of there onto here, sort of thing, if I ever wind up setting up my camera. And I don't know. I feel like until the end of this pandemic, I'm never gonna have normal looking eyes again because I cried all this morning. I cried really hard because I heard yet another CNN report specifically about the frontline workers, in the ICUs and stuff, where my daughter works. And she tells me that she likes to keep me abreast, but not tell me so much that I'm going to worry. And I'm like, I'm going to worry anyway. And I just need to hear from you a lot. I need to hear your voice and just know what's going on. And she just said the biggest frustrating thing is not only seeing all the sick and suffering people, of course, but the frustrating lack of equipment, PPE and ventilators and all the stuff we keep hearing about on the news. She knows everyone's doing the best they can, but she goes, Mom, it's just like impossible. We're supposed to keep ourselves from getting sick ourselves. And I'm like, yeah, please. And just protect everyone around them. That's the whole purpose of this quarantine, is to not just protect ourselves, but everyone around us. And she's around sick people all the time. It's just crazy. And this morning I was praying to God. I was praying to my picture of Jesus over there, and you know, all the sacrifices God made for us. And I don't want special treatment for my daughter. I'm not praying. I'm praying for her protection, but I'm also praying for the grace and the insight and the strength for myself to just deal with whatever emotions I have that comes up when I start worrying about her and worrying about everyone, really. It's a terrible thing, and that's why I try very hard to not complain about being stuck inside, because I like being stuck inside. I'm inside when I'm not working. You guys know my drill, Starbucks and laundromat. I was going to go there today, but I decided to wait till tomorrow. Um, I did my banking online today, paid my rent. Um, I've got one post office run tomorrow, and then the laundry, which I do with 2 pairs of gloves now, and a face mask. I had one left, but I mailed a bunch to my daughter. So, um, they need the really special, the N95 masks that go tightly over the whole, all of it. And they're reusing one now, like per 5 days. It used to be one per one day, and she goes, I used to go through like four a day. So, but I heard from her. She's got the day off today. She went to the chiropractor to get an adjustment because she's been working so much, her back went out. And then she's just playing inside with those little cherubs, whom I miss. I miss everybody a lot, but I've, been baking, cooking, cleaning up a little. I organized last night a bookshelf. Right now I'm listening to Native American music. I just finished watching another Joni Mitchell concert DVD that I have, Blu-ray. Having a cigarette, cup of coffee, and it's too late to take a nap now. So, I'm pretty much a nester. I'm an introvert. This doesn't bug me that much. I spend a lot of time on Facebook and Instagram. And but yeah, that bizarre out of left field criticism this morning was interesting to me. I don't really care about the opinion of a total stranger on the internet, but why specifically target me in the way that you did? You know, I'm here fishing for compliments. I forget now what you even said. I want ass pats, or I want to be told I'm pretty, or I have a vile, vicious monster inside of me, and I push people away. Whatever. The people who matter, who comment on my videos, or my friends, whatever. Um, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? What's wrong with liking someone liking you? You know, it's just weird. And it kind of proves the point of the like the sort of YouTube cliche about how if you don't like yourself, you lash out at others, or if you're bored and have too much time on your hands, you project your crap onto others, or maybe even you're jealous. I don't look for anyone to be jealous of me. I just live my life, and I'm a middle-aged creative woman. I know that I'm intelligent. I know I'm not ugly, and I'm not about to sit here and like denigrate myself just to make somebody, some troll happy, you know? Um, when I first had my channel, I remember like everyone congratulating me that I had a troll or two. And for a while, I had a bunch of thumbs downers, who I guess don't like to make themselves known, but they like to watch and thumbs down. But like I said before, in this day and age, like right now with this pandemic, if you're going to be that petty and small, um, and like not even really say why, I mean, I suspect I know why. And even that in and of itself is ridiculously grade school. It's like, at least discuss something I'm discussing. You know what I mean? Pick apart my love life if you want. Pick me apart as a recovering alcoholic. Pick me apart for my parenting, even though it's great, or my choice in men, or the fact that I've been twice married. I'm trying to think, like, what else could you pick me apart for? I don't know, but I'm sure you'll find some things. Have at it. You know, there's plenty of other people you could be pestering and bothering, who I'm sure would be enlightened by your insight. So the poem I wrote this morning was called It Must Be Nice, and it's about people who lack empathy, specifically our president, but I don't mention him by name. And it's kind of turning my poem oversensitive, like Inside Out. It shows from the other side, like, you know, it must be nice to have no feelings, and it must be nice to, turn a blind eye and a deaf ear on other people's suffering. And if this pandemic brings out nothing else in people, it should hone a little empathy. that people suffer and people are dying in ICUs and at home, and there's families suffering terribly and they can't even bury their loved ones. They're sitting there in refrigerated trailer truck morgues parked outside of hospitals. So the next time you feel like being petty and lashing out at me about stupidity, um, I'd like to know if you have children. I'd like to know if you've got a child who's an ICU nurse, or I mean, we all have things in common. We're all suffering. My son's doing well. He stays on the phone with his girlfriend a lot, but he feels bad that he wasn't able to finish out school. He was a 3-time Dean's List at SUNY Plattsburgh, finishing out his senior year. And now he's taking the rest of his online classes, and he can't walk, to get his degree. And he's a really good student. So I hope to see him soon, because I'm going to make that stuffed chicken breast recipe. And I made more toffee, and I've got the stuff to make a beautiful pot roast. I'm going to put that in the crock pot. Pot roast, what do? I do like a beef broth that I add some cornstarch to, and then mushrooms, green beans, carrots, potato, and onion. So that'll be delicious. And I can't make this quarantine about food, but I feel like that's what I love to do. I love to read, listen to music, write, and cook. And cry about lost loves and longing. It just would be nice to be here with somebody I care about. But like I said before, there's always a double-edged sword. I'm sure that there's people stuck with their boyfriends or spouses right now who are driving each other absolutely mad. So that's it for now. There's nothing to really talk about. I guess I wanted to touch upon the fact that I was unfairly judged this morning. I probably shouldn't use the word bullying because it's kind of an immature, overused word, and it's open to interpretation. I know that people who think that others deserve criticism aren't bullying, but the way that came out of her ass, it was certainly far from constructive. And I would love to be told specifically what it is I'm doing that's so vile and so whatever, especially when that's exactly the way you came across to me, my dear little Cherie. Maybe I'll write a poem about it. Would you like that? Do you need the attention, darling? Anyway, I don't want to rise to your occasion. I'll talk to you guys later. Whoever wants to talk to me or not, I wish you all well. I hope everyone is safely at home where they're supposed to be. And if you have to go out, just be careful and maintain that social distance, which is so important. My daughter was saying, everyone thinks it all just comes from actual, droplets or sneezing and coughing, and it does. But when you're standing close to someone and you're talking, there's droplets in your breath. So keep washing those hands, keep spraying that Lysol, and stay away from people, and try to order food from Grubhub or whatever, I'm so happy that before this happened, I stocked up on food. I didn't even know that this was going to happen, but I put money in my savings account, and I've got a freezer full of food. I got no worries today. I got no problems, except praying real hard for my daughter to be careful and to be spared direct exposure to this horrible, horrible virus, which I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of hatred for it, but I respect it. So I'm staying put with my beautiful girls here. There's one. Yep, she makes a little sound. And there's the other one. And my lovely Native American flute music, and my birds, and my candle, and my coffee, cigarette, and banana bread. Talk to you guys later. Peace.